This is ABC Fora.
This next cover was inspired by my fourth grade babysitter, Mr. Optimus Prime here. The Transformers movie, which Transformers 2 is coming out, yes, was coming out 2 summers ago, and I begged my editor that we had to do a Transformers cover, and he politely acquiesced and let me go and work on this. So one of the great things about working in San Francisco is the fabulous Industrial Light and Magic, George Lucas's company, is right down the street from us. So we talked to them and talked to Michael Bay, the director, and decided we wanted to put Optimus on the cover. So this is my original sketch ideas of having Optimus on the cover. And so we met with them, and they put together a really loose mock-up for us. And I wanted to imagine it almost like it's a photo shoot of Optimus and something really, really realistic. Tons of detail. So we stripped out the little boy, didn't think it was working, and just started over and put him in front of a gray backdrop, just a gray seamless. And this is obviously San Francisco here. And this little part, I was actually over here riding my bike and found this very cool little overpass that's an entrance ramp to the Golden Gate Bridge. And so we added that in there and started to like it because we wanted to give a sense of scale. The problem with the seamless was that it looked like a toy. It didn't feel like a big, massive robot. So then we started working on detail, and this is, again, some of the amazing detail that ILM does, and if you think about it, this is just one frame, and they do this in a 2-hour movie, but the guys that built these robots are insane if you look at all the crazy amount of detail in here. And this is Optimus, even into his eye, and the iris, and this is how the cover turned out. So that sold really well for us. This is Martha Stewart. So from Optimus to Martha the very next month. I'm a huge Martha Stewart fan, as I am an Optimus Prime fan. And I've got a friend over there that works at Martha Stewart Living, and so we started talking about putting Martha on the cover. We do a how-to issue every summer, and it's just ways to live your digital life, different things that you can do to improve how you interact with technology. And Martha's a big fan of the magazine, and she had done a little thing for us a couple years ago, so we decided it would be a huge leap to go from Optimus to Martha. So we ended up putting her on. And we imagined her piping a wee cake. And Martha being Martha, she wanted it to be a real cake, and so we actually made the real wee cake here and built the set, and there's Martha frosting the wee cake. And there's the cover, and that's how it ended up. And yes, it was a real cake, and it was fucking delicious. So you can see, I'm talking about the range from that first graphic, of the different kinds of covers that we can do. These are covers from 2007. This was a fun cover with Jenna Fisher from The Office. This was a really serious story about business transparency, about opening your data up to the public. But we did a transparent flap on the cover that when you lifted it off, Jenna was actually naked underneath. Very clever. So this is a test for you guys. So huge range of covers. What do you think sells? What do you think? This is 2008, and the 3 best sellers of the year are up on this board. Any guesses? We have an Apple, we have a Free. Those are the 3 best sellers. And the very best seller was the Attention Environmentalists, which was a great lesson for us, that we could be really provocative and stick in the eye, and not everything had to be crazy renders of Optimus Prime and rocket ships, that we could be very simple and provocative and think about and give respect to our readers and give them some credit for wanting to be challenged. And that sold a ton for us. Apple sold really well for us, and then as did the Sarah Silverman, which was a bit of a surprise.
This is ABC Fora.